So you're right. The book writing process is extremely emotional. And as you said, it's somewhat therapeutic.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
Okay, lastly, let's talk about your book. What inspired? I mean, I wrote several. Oh my God, yeah. I don't have kids, but this my first book is like it was like a baby. I didn't want to let it go. I'm like, I need to make it better. I need to make it better. English not my first language. I'm lucky that my girlfriend, she's a book publisher, so she goes write the book for me. And but still, you don't want to let it go. It's like a piece of you go out there and will stay out there forever. And I also call it a gym for the mind. You see, it's like in the process of writing the book, I think you're doing it for others, but at the end, it it come off good for yourself. Now I write books, and I don't know if I'm doing it for them or for me, because every time that I write a book, a new change in approach of thinking happen within myself. So, what inspired you to write this book? How the process have been? Because I also have I'm very visual, so I have a deficit attention disorder. You see, I need to see. That's why my background is so visual and everything. I'm a visual person, so for me, read is not my thing. And I didn't do so well in the school. Same reason. So, so
You and me both.
so how have been the process of you to put a piece of content out there forever, and actually how this book can help entrepreneurs and founders to get some hope, because we want all the entrepreneurs from this podcast. We believe this is one of our core values. We believe that the entrepreneur has to be wealthy, healthy, and happy. We don't want to be an entrepreneur that have millions in the bank account and they are stressed, they have a cancer, they have a heart attack, or they are overweight. So the so what um what principles, what inspired you to write this book? What are the chapters? Why are you talking about this book? What and again, if people want to work with you, our listeners, how can they find you? How this process work? So can you tell us a little bit more about all this?
Wow, what a question. So you and me both. The book writing process begins. For me, it was literally a one drink too many incident, and then I ended up living up to my promise. Lucky for me, I was able, given my business, to really take the time and dive into the process and commit to it, and join the Creators Institute back then. I'm not sure what it's called today, but because I know it changed. So you're right. The book writing process is extremely emotional. And as you said, it's somewhat therapeutic, because for me, at least at first, after writing a few chapters, and I have a whole manuscript about the 6 types of startups that exist, and why they're all very similar to the tech world. But the anxiety and the imposter syndrome, and the as opposed to podcasts, by the way, as opposed to short stories or editorials, this is something that you really feel is carved in stone, and it's there forever, and you really want to leave an impact. And then there are all these questions about what is your real impact, and how successful are you or were you so far in order to write this kind of book. So all those things, all that
Come to your
double
mind.
questioning.
It comes to everyone that wrote the book. Yes.
And one of my NLP coaches once said to me that, the more successful you are, the higher the imposter syndrome that you're going to feel. So in a way that it was not encouraging at the time, but I guess he was trying to make an encouraging and empowering point. And again, for me, the core four has been something that has been my baby for years. That's how I work with entrepreneurs and startups and VCs that bring me in order to help their companies. So the process of writing a book was also the process of not just saying there is a framework, but proving so, and finding a way for people like you and me, through stories that they will understand and know and love, and brands that they love, to give them all of these ideas of vision, core values, mission, and promise through engaging experiences that would make them laugh a little bit, that would make them experience what it means to have a vision and what are core values versus teaching or telling them. So that was very, very important to me. And that was extremely stressful because, again, as a first time author, creating a book that is story told in a way that I'm very proud of, makes it just like any other product, which is what you said at first. If you've and Reese talks about it, but if you launched a product that you're proud of, it means you launched too late. So when I finished writing the book, I was like, okay, no, I'm not ready to launch yet. So I'm gonna record the audiobook, which I
Yeah.
did, and it was with an extreme investment in the best facilities I could have with the best editors. And it was like, no,
Wow.
no, I'm not ready to launch yet. And then there was another angle and another angle. And so now there's an audiobook, there's a paperback, there's the Kindle, and now it's like, okay, 2025, time to
This
launch.
is
Now
it.
the sales are
Let's
up and I
let it.
still
Oh
haven't launched.
my
So
God. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's different to let go. It will when you write the second one, you will see the process become easier.
I
The other,
hope you're right. I've already begun, but I didn't
yeah,
tell
yeah, yeah.
anyone,
You will
especially
see.
not Jonathan, because
You will
I'm
see.
like, I promised him ROI. So,
Is
and
the
now with the accelerator and the book launch, and there's a lot of work, but I do try to stay consistent and continue writing.
The other day, a guy it was about right about trading, and he has concern. He had this imposter syndrome, and I told him, "Look, you're not writing your book for Warren Buffett. You write the book someone like for me that doesn't know how to trade. So, this is the book is not for the people that they are above you. Actually, think how many people can you help with your knowledge, and that helped the guy a lot. So I think that the putting like I said a book out there is something that can help the entrepreneurs, but also can see your view of your experience, your view of the world, the view of this fascinating world, because I find it fascinating, the startup and the entrepreneurial world. Yeah, that's why I'm loving to do this podcast because I've met amazing people like you. So this is fantastic, and I applaud you for go for it and for doing it. Yeah, to get the courage, because it takes courage to take the decision, it takes courage to write it, it takes even more courage to let it go and to put it out there. So then what's the title of the book, how people can find it, and if somebody want to work with you, any website, anything that they can, how the process works, somebody's in love with our conversation,
Oh, I wish.
how it works.
I really hope, first of all, I really hope that as many entrepreneurs find even a little bit of value in our conversation, and that's what it's like. It's
Oh, a lot, a
those
lot.
little
I
tips.
recommended to listen this broadcast twice. There is a lot of deep messages in this broadcast that they listen twice. Hopefully, they will get it.
Thank you. So I'm a very strong believer in personal connections, especially when working with startups and entrepreneurs that need a speedy growth. And I really appreciate people approaching me via LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the account that I manage by myself on my own. So I go into that inbox every day, as opposed, by the way, to my email and my WhatsApp that are managed with my assistants, and they help me cope.
Yeah,
So
Nelly,
if you
can you
want to
mention
talk
the
to me,
LinkedIn? Yeah, can you mention the LinkedIn link,
yes.
because
So
some
my
people
LinkedIn
is
handle
listening
is
in the car, so they're not
Yes.
watching.
So my LinkedIn handle is Neely Goldberg, Nili Goldberg, Goldberg. Usually by the time you write NILIG, I will pop up. Um, and I can promise and reassure that that is an inbox that I check at least twice a day, and I do make it my business to respond and engage. In addition to that, you can just Google your core 4, and that will lead you to the FASTR website, FAASTR.ai, which means to move faster through alignment strategies. And there's, of course, a contact form and a WhatsApp that you can engage with, and it will help you find me. Though personally, I do reply to LinkedIn. I make it my business. The book, Your Core 4, is out. It's been out since mid-August. It's
Wow.
available on Amazon globally as paperback and Kindle, as well as on audiobooks. And the distribution to Google Play, Barnes and Nobles, and every other outlet is also there. My preference, of course, is Amazon, so you can help me become a bestseller.
And without no, thank you so much, Nelly. This have been amazing conversation. You did make my day today. This is so powerful. I'm glad that we had this conversation, and I really encourage you to keep writing and keep helping startup companies to grow, especially the non-tech, because with this accelerator that you're launching, in my opinion, is more important than ever, because with the launch of AI and the new technologies, their the traditional business, if they don't start to embrace these new technologies, unfortunately they're gonna be out of business. A lot of people are saying, no, AI is gonna quit, is gonna take over my job. But the point is, as an entrepreneur, if you don't start to to embrace AI, it's not gonna be job for anybody. Your company will collapse. So the use of new technologies in what we call it non-tech businesses, they really need to catch up with these new technologies that they are out there, so they can increase productivity, they can increase profitability, and they can stay in business. So that's why I support you, and I think this is a great idea. What you're doing, leveraging the knowledge and the idea and the blueprint of the tech incubators, bring it to a traditional business. I think it's a fantastic idea, and I wish you well. Any help you need, you know where we are. And for all of you watching it in our social media and following Spotify and Apple, see you in our next episode of Unstoppable. How brave entrepreneur like nearly break that wall and achieve the first million. Bye for now.
Thank you so much for having me. I look forward to our next meeting, and I truly believe that every entrepreneur in the world, there's no such thing as old school, old world, new world. There's one world, and everyone has the same tools and the same resources.
100%.
And this accelerator is for sure going to help everyone tap into them. Thank you.
Bye.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.